This is the DTV Digest, the podcast that brings you news and reviews of films which didn't make it to the cinema. And now, here's your host, Mike Parkin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DTV Digest. I'm your host, Mike Parkin, and joining me this evening is Amanda Robertson.
Hi.
This week, we've got two main reviews to talk about. We're going to kick off with a Nigerian set action movie called Son of the Soil, and then we have a Japanese horror movie called The Curse. Our short shot is The Weaker Sex, starring Joan Collins. And our DTV throwback is our punishment. It's called Hail Caesar. It's directed by none other than Anthony Michael Hall, and it's got some interesting faces popping up into it. But more on that later on. For now, let's crack on. Our first film then is Son of the Soil. Nigerian soldier Zion Ladejo, haunted by his past, returns home after his sister's tragic death. Determined to uncover those responsible, he embarks on a vengeful path while seeking redemption for his own actions. Okay, so that's the synopsis on IMDb.
Mhm.
I feel that redemptive bit kind of, it must have got cut. You know,
Yeah.
it might have been in the drafts originally, but got cut for brevity, I think. This is directed by a guy called Chee Keong Cheung, who's done a couple of a few films before. He did a zombie movie called Redcon 1
Which they filmed in Glasgow, by the way.
Right, awesome.
Yeah.
He also did Bodyguard, A New Beginning, and a film called, well, it goes by numerous titles. One is 12, another is Underground, which was basically a fight movie. But it was a very good fight movie, I have to say. I think it's fair to say that his films, although on paper they do sort of tread a well-worn path, I think he does bring an interesting spin on things, and they never head in a direction you really expect. You know, this has got the whole Taken kind of premise, really. You know, the sort of grizzled veteran ex-soldier turns up to find out, you know, investigate his sister's death and all the rest of it. But that's where things go, you know, off at a tangent, because the guy almost doesn't survive 5 minutes of screen time. You know, he's totally out of his depth to begin with, which is, you know, I was literally thinking, is there another brother? You know, are they going to have to find somebody else to come in and find out what happened to him while he's investigating his sister? But you know, he does sort of hang in there by the skin of his teeth. This has a very unique look to it. It's almost as if it was shot like cinema verite style, or even like, you know, guerrilla filmmaking on the streets of Lagos. You know, it's almost like they have an establishing shot. You know, they've got the cameras and the lighting set up for a shot, and then they bring in the handheld cameras and then shoot other stuff within the same scene. It was quite interesting, and I don't think I've seen a film with as many Dutch angles except for Battlefield Earth.
Take a drink every time you see one.
Yeah, basically, it would be under the table in no time. But I'm interested, what did you make of this?
I actually really liked it. I think it's very like 80s action flicks, but with like the opposite of Arnie in the lead role, if that makes sense. Arnie would probably just power through everything, but I think having the opposite of that makes it a little bit more interesting. Him kind of struggling his way through it rather than just John working his way through it.
It sets you up, doesn't it? Because when he comes up, when he arrives, he's in a nice black suit, black shirt, black tie, sunglasses. He does look a badass, sort of kind of character. And then sort of like 5 minutes later, he's been ambushed and knocked
Mm,
for crap, framed for murder and all this sort of stuff. It's like, oh my God, yeah, it really does.
yeah,
As I say, you wouldn't imagine Arnie or Jason Statham
yeah,
being able to pull that off. You go, oh, come on, what's wrong?
yeah,
But it works here, I think.
yeah. No, I think it does. The action is good too. It's like nice. It's quite clear.
Hmm.
It does really go for it as well, which is fun. It's also quite for a film that's got quite a lot going on. It's quite breezy. It flew in
Yeah.
really well.
Hmm.
I thought the actors were good. I really liked the little like
Oh,
street
the
urchin.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was really good.
um, yeah, and it looks. I know a lot of it's handheld, but it does look like quite nice. Sometimes it's
Hmm.
tempting to be like going to African countries and making it look kind of dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this is quite like colourful and vibrant and really quite lively as well,
definitely. And,
which I
and
really liked.
after certain films that we've seen recently, which did sort of seem sort of washed out. This, as you say, this is very vibrant. Even when it's not it doesn't shy away from the squalor.
Yeah,
This is it's a third world country. It has its issues, and it doesn't sort of turn away from that. We're definitely in the ghettos and all the rest of it, but it's, as I say, it is very vibrant, very colourful film.
yeah. It seemed very. Another film that did that came out last year was Zero.
Mm, yeah,
Um,
which I saw that quite recently. I was going to
yeah,
mention it. Yeah,
I think
that was
it's
also
also
set
got
in the same place, Lagos. Yeah,
yeah. I think City of God does that as well, from what I remember. Although it's set in
right.
this like kind of dark place, it still
Yeah.
seems like real people are there, like real personalities in there. They could have just filled it with bad guys and that was the end of it. But no, it's definitely worth a watch. I really liked it.
I did too. I've enjoyed his other films as well, but he's definitely sort of growing as a filmmaker. The score for this was really good as well.
Mm.
The music did sort of stand out. Yeah, me and Rich actually did meet him, Chee Keong Cheung, a couple of years ago now at a film festival,
Yeah.
and it must have been just before he went off to make this, because I'm pretty sure he mentioned he was off to Africa or something, which is quite amusing. But yeah, nice game. Okay, yeah, really, really enjoyed this one. How are you going to score
Mm.
it?
I'd give it a 7.
Mm,
It's a good
yeah,
time.
yeah, it is definitely a 7. Um, you know, I think you have to sort of manage expectations a bit where the action's concerned. It is good looking, but
Mm.
you know, it is a low budget film,
Yeah.
so just manage your expectations about what you're
Yeah.
seeing.
And
But
it is handheld, so it is fast
mhm,
moving a lot of the time. But it's still
exactly.
you get an idea of what's going on.
Absolutely, yeah, and it all, as you say, it moves at a great pace.
Mm.
So yeah, okay, 2 sevens for Son of the Soil. Go check it out. Our next film is The Curse. Riko, a beauty salon receptionist, notices her friend Shu Fen's strange social media posts. As horrific deaths occur, Riko travels to Taiwan and unravels community horrors and desire within her with her ex and Shu Fen's sister. This one really surprised me,
Mm.
I have to say. I had no idea what to expect, really. I mean, I'm a big fan of films like the Grudge, and all that
Mm.
sort of stuff.
Same.
But it so I didn't know if it was going to go that way, or it was going to go somewhere else. Um, but that first death is just so audacious.
Yeah.
It is absolutely. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they did it like that. Which was really, really
Mm.
cool. And things just sort of get weird from there. Enrico and her friend Shu Fen, when she goes home and sees her eating something. Um, and there's a bit where I was so sure it was a dream sequence, and then it turned out that it really wasn't a dream sequence,
Yeah.
and it really was as horrible as as what you were saying. I thought that was pretty incredible. But this is a film which, for the most part, it's very quiet. It's like her ex-boyfriend has got a very sort of soft voice, so and there's no sort of real histrionics about anything that's happening. So it's a quite sort of sedate, quiet film, and then all of a sudden you get these bursts of shocking violence and some pretty decent jump scares,
Mm.
I have to say. So yeah, I was floored by this a little bit, I must admit. What did you make of it?
I did quite like it. Like, this stuff is, even if it's like rubbish, I'll still watch it because there's always something in it
Hmm.
that is worth seeing. Like, even that stupid crossover film where they had the girl from The Ring fighting the girl
Oh
from The
yeah.
Grudge. There's still actually some really good horror in it.
Okay.
Like, there's some really good,
I
particularly with the
think
girl from The Ring.
yeah.
There's some scenes that are like really, really well done. Just I'm never buying a video player from a random place again. But this does the same. It's not. I don't know. I wasn't that into the story. I'm like, oh, she got cursed because of
Hmm.
she saw something in social media or she was hacked. But I think they did quite well with it.
Yeah.
Which is something these films are quite good at. They're quite good at bringing a kind of modern world into it.
Hmm.
But yeah, like sometimes the deaths just take you by surprise because a lot of the time they do just come out of nowhere and they're so well done and
Yeah,
so in
exactly.
your face
Yeah.
that you kind of
Especially
forget about the kind of quieter parts a little bit.
hmm.
Yeah, but I was very into it by the end.
My train of thoughts just ran away from me. Left me at the station. I was going to say something. It's lost me now. Oh yeah, no, I was going to mention about the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so. Um, the idea is that in sort of Japanese culture they have these paper doll curses. So you have a paper doll, you put somebody's face on it, like almost like a voodoo doll, and then
Mm.
you do the chanting and all the rest of it, and then sort of smash the doll to send the curse. And somebody's found a way of doing that, but filming it on their phone and then sending it to the
Mm.
person. So that's how it's done, which is the mechanics great. The reason behind it, not so much. I
Yeah.
thought that was a little bit disappointing when you find there's this whole bit where they go to see a Taoist priest and they're going, oh, usually somebody sort of sends a curse like this because of someone being, they've been wronged by the person who's been cursed. And Rico's like, I ain't done nothing,
Yeah.
And the priest is like, are you sure?
Did you
So
really
really,
think about it?
exactly. He's like, really? Are you really, really sure? You can't, you haven't slighted anyone. So you're kind of expecting something, something to come out of the woodwork. Um, but you end up with something completely different, and it's just a bit weird.
Yeah.
And anyway, but we still get some audacious moments.
Yeah. It does have quite a good sense of humor about itself as
Mhm.
well.
Oh,
Sometimes,
especially at
especially
the
in
end.
that kind of
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's not all bleak. It does know how to break that in the right moments.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, this is very enjoyable. I have to say, it's something I can. Yeah, my wife likes a decent sort of horror movie, so
Yeah.
probably will watch this one with her as well. Because there are a couple of really good jump moments. Yeah, like
Mhm.
when there's a bit where she looks up from her phone and the guy she was talking to is suddenly something else.
Yeah.
That was really, really well done. So yeah, no, thoroughly enjoy this. Considering we'd never even heard of it before, it got a very typically mundane DVD cover or promotional art for the UK release. I've seen
Yeah. I think
better.
it's one of those ones that come out of East Asia where they're just thrown out there, unfortunately.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is always a
I
lot
guess.
of good stuff
Hmm.
that comes out, but it just kind of gets dumped, which is a shame.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Yeah, as you say. But okay, how are you going to score it?
I'd give this one a 7 as well.
Yeah, it's a very solid 7. Definitely rewatchable, this one.
Mm.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. A good Friday night with a few beers and friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 sevens for The Curse. Not to be confused with the hundreds of other films called The Curse or The Cursed. There was a film called The Cursed come out this year as well, which is weird. Okay, there you go. 2 sevens for The Curse. Go check it out. Our short shot this week is The Weaker Sex. The year is 1999, and for 45 years, Connie Brown has enjoyed a safe and quiet life at Stathey Manor. Hidden in the remote English countryside, Stathey Manor is no ordinary home, and she is no ordinary woman. This stars Dame Joan Collins, who I wasn't aware was still alive at the time this was made. But there you go.
Yeah.
Because this was made in, I think about 2024, I think it was. No, 2021. 21. So a few years ago. It is very, very slight.
Yeah.
Very, very slight. But, I think as a setup for something, it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
it is a bit, I don't know, it's very, very short. It's only like 4 minutes long. And even so, I think it's overstuffed with characters.
Yeah. It does do quite a bit
It
in a
just
short
really
time.
needs it just really needs 3 characters. This is,
Yeah.
it doesn't need the other 3 that turn up. Um, but interestingly, this is from Evolutionary Films, who a friend of mine, Ross Boyask, is a director for, and he actually edited this.
Mm.
He's made a few films himself with, well, his last one was with Vinnie Jones called I Am Vengeance 2,
Mm.
which is fun, I have to say.
I don't think I've
Um,
seen the first one. I might check those out actually.
yeah, yeah, first one's good as well. But yeah, I think as a prologue to something bigger, I can see the potential.
Yeah.
Um, and apparently, in the credits it says this is based on characters and scenarios created by Dougie Brimson and Gary Lawrence. Now, Dougie Brimson is a director. He did We Still Steal the Old Way,
Hmm.
and a few other films, like that. And if this is like a proof of concept thing where they want to sort of like turn it into, like Helen Mirren's character in the Thursday Night Murder Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that basically.
Mm. Oh
Maybe
yeah,
that's
yeah, that's fair. I
you
see it.
but maybe they're kicking themselves that that went in kind of that direction. But yeah. So what did you make of it?
I'm like not really sure because I sort of thought it was going to go in like a horror direction,
Oh yeah.
just because Joan Collins did quite a lot of horror,
Hmm.
especially kind of early in her career. I thought, oh, they're kind of harking back to that, and it's a kind of big country mansion. She played a lot of kind of. I remember there's that one she played the rich woman, then Santa breaks in.
Right.
I can't remember the name of the film. It was like an Amicus film, I'm sure.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to go in that direction, so it was a surprise when guys with machine guns turned up.
Yeah.
But it's very nice looking. I think it maybe either needed like you say, less people or more time
Yeah.
to have a bit of fun with it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
fun if they went like kind of full action with it. I mean, not even with her, even just with the guys wrecking the place or something.
Yeah. Exactly. But more of a confrontation, a bit of
Mm.
a battle of wills, battle of wits kind of thing going on. That's kind of where I'd expect it to go. But she's like, oh, right, sort this out straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's an interesting one.
Mm.
I can see the potential, but on its own, it's very, very light.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I agree.
But anyway, we don't score the shorts, but we do recommend you go and check them out. And we'll put a link to this in the footnotes below. Go check it out. Our DTV Throwback this week is Hail Caesar. Aspiring rock star Julius Caesar works in an eraser factory and falls for the owner's daughter. To win her, he bets her father he can earn $100,000 in 6 months. That's a kind of very much a pricey version of what we get
Yeah.
in this. Now we've discussed films before as a train wreck. Like films like Daggers In, for example, where you just cannot stop watching as things just get worse and worse.
Yeah.
This stars and is directed by Anthony Michael Hall. He of John Hughes fame in The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles and Weird Science. And then, he went on to things like the Dead Zone TV series, which he had that apparently was quite good. This was made in 1994. And in the cast, we've got Samuel L. Jackson and Robert Downey Jr. and Judd Nelson from The Breakfast Club and other things as well. Now, Samuel L. Jackson, the year he was having, because, he was in things like True Romance, White Sands, they both came out in 1992, which he had sort of small roles in. Pulp Fiction came out in 94.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park came out in 94. So,
I mean, the man just works his ass off, doesn't he?
yeah,
Just
does
not
probably
sit down for a minute.
to get the stink off this film,
Yeah.
off of him. No, sorry, Jurassic Park came in 93. Pulp Fiction came out in 94, I believe. Yeah. So, he was being comedy relief in this, while at the same time, about to sort of become internationally famous thanks to his role as Jules in Pulp Fiction. He must be thanking the stars, honestly.
Yeah.
Because otherwise if he stuck in those sort of like C-list roles, like he was in things like Clear and Present Danger. They were good roles, but they weren't the star kind of thing. But yeah, no. And then you got a film stealing scene from Robert Downey Jr., who our main character is trying to get record agents and interested in his mixtape, and Robert Downey Jr. is probably the only one who actually goes to see, actually lets him into his office, and it is a crazy scene, and it has got a good punchline to it. So there is that.
Yeah. Other than that, no, it was.
But the rest of it,
yeah.
oh my God, it is so painful to watch. The line delivery of the whole cast, they're just shrieking and yelling at each other, and this sort of stuff, I think you need to underplay it for it to really work. I'm thinking of films like Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah.
That sort of thing. But I don't know. Or yeah, this is just way too over the top. Every single character is sort of gurning for the screen. There's one guy who's his Russian friend, and there's a scene at the beginning where he's Anthony Michael Hall's fighting with his bass player, and his Russian friend's lying on the couch eating a box of Twinkies, and it's like they went, what will make this look funny? If you eat those, if you eat with your mouth open and get just crappy cream all over your mouth, your face while you're eating.
It was like a sort of unfunny version of Brad Pitt in True Romance.
Yeah,
where he's just lying on the couch.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone takes the piss out of Brad Pitt because in every film he's eating something,
Mm.
but that takes skill. That is a skill that he has learned, and yeah, why not
Yeah,
use
because we
it?
all know that they don't want to eat on films. It's kind
Mm,
of amazing how Brad Pitt makes it look so natural because the food has
exactly.
been lying out, God knows how long it's cold. It might
Mm,
not even be proper food. Like, yeah,
yeah,
it's a
or
skill.
drinks. You're drinking a
Mm.
pint of beer. Actually, no, it's just tea or something.
Mm.
But it's like Tom Cruise. Everyone gives him a hard time because of his running. He's always running somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Have you ever seen Steven Seagal run? You know,
Yeah.
it's
Also, he just runs like someone who runs,
well,
someone who
exactly.
likes
Yeah,
running. Like, what's
yeah,
the? I don't see the issue. Like, have you seen people out running? That's what he
Mm,
looks like.
exactly. But I
Yeah.
suppose it's the frequency of it that people's going, oh, look, he's running again. You
Yeah,
know,
I think he's just at this point. I think he's just shown off how good his cardio is at his age.
yeah,
Like, looking
basically.
at you're
Yeah.
60 and you
But
can
yeah,
outrun everyone. Okay.
this is a train wreck though.
Yeah, I mean, like no, like I'm not nothing against Anthony Michael Hall. Generally, I like him,
Hmm,
but it's very clearly, I think, him trying to move away from those John Hughes characters he plays.
yeah.
It's a little bit of a vanity project because he's like the cool guy. He gets the woman that's out of his league.
Hmm.
Um, he plays music. He's a, it's
Yeah, he's the cool one, but
yeah,
he's also an asshole. It's
yeah,
like oh no, we got to focus on the band. It's like, oh
yeah,
no, we'll rehearse tomorrow, or all the time. I mean,
yeah. Which is weird because you see him now and he's done such a good job at playing a kind of older,
mm,
more rugged character.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was in that film with oh God, what's his name? The Reacher guy.
because
Was
it wasn't
the
in Reacher. He was in the last season of Reacher.
the War Machine? That was it. He was in that War Machine movie on
Yeah, he was
Netflix.
in the
It's like,
last season
what?
of Reacher as well.
Jesus. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
But sort of lost in this is Judd Nelson, who's like one of the characters in the prison or the jail cell, and I think he's a guy who was sort of shortchanged by Hollywood in the
Mm.
sort of roles. Obviously he was Bender in The Breakfast Club, but he was also in a really good sort of comedy courtroom drama called From the Hip. I don't know if you
Uh-huh.
ever saw that one with John Hurt. That
No, I
that
don't know
was
that one.
well, Judd Nelson's character. Um, he's just got out of law school, and he made a bit of a show sort of coming when he came out. So he gets hired by this agent, this big law firm, and his first case is defending John Hurt, who's been arrested for murder.
Mm.
And it turns out, obviously, that John Hurt really did kill this, whoever's in it. But so he's got to try and figure out how to both defend him and stitch him up, sort of thing. That was very good.
Mm.
I enjoyed
Yeah,
that
you
one.
never really saw him much after that, which is
No, exactly. New
he's got
Jack
a very
City.
good.
He turned up
Yeah,
in New Jack City. I think that's the last thing I've heard of him. But
yeah,
yeah, interesting. But I
yeah.
mean, a couple of
It's
weeks ago,
hmm
Rich, he gave us a list of 5 films to consider for the throwbacks. Um, one of them we covered the previous episode called Replicator,
hmm
which we all hated. Obviously, last week we did the Coldplay films. Um, so when we did that Replicator one, both me and Steve were like going, yeah, let's do that Hail Caesar one. That sounds interesting. It's got a good cast. So yeah, we've only got our own hubris to thank for this. Um, One of the other films, which we still won't be covering, which is to do with the creation of FIFA, and it starred Sam Neill, who unfortunately passed away today.
Yeah,
Which is, you know, it was shocking news. But yeah, there's been loads and loads of accolades and tributes sort of coming in on sort of social media today. But yeah, that was
yeah,
a shock, unfortunately.
yeah. It was always just so like dependable.
Yeah.
You got my thumbnails here. We're gonna someone's here that you can rely on,
Hmm.
and it can also like move between kind of like really freaky, dark characters to these really kind of warm, lovely characters. It was just
Yeah.
it's a real loss.
Because the first film I ever saw him in was Damien 3. What's it- what was the what was the title of that? I forgot.
I don't remember.
Oh my God, that's going to kill me now. We've totally gone off on a tangent, but even so, um, the final conflict. There you go. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
Is that the one somebody gets stuck under ice?
no, that's the second one.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, that was the
I
second
haven't
one.
watched those sequels in a long, long time.
Yeah, no, I
I
haven't.
just
I'm
remember
thinking
someone
about.
getting stuck under ice at one point.
Yeah, that freaked me out. That really
Yeah,
did freak me
same.
out. That did as a kid. It's probably that's the reason I didn't see the Dead Zone, because I know there's a similar scene in that. Um, but anyway, but no, that's the second one. Also, is the one where this woman gets her eyes poked out by a crow, and the one where a guy's in a lift and it crashes, and he gets cut in two by the cables, which is
Oh,
incredibly. It was incredible for the time. Yeah,
why don't I remember any of that? I've clearly just seen the ice bit and just blocked the rest
yeah,
of it out
it
of my
probably
head.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, interesting. We've totally lost the plot
yeah,
and got off on a tangent, but there you
yeah.
go. Anything's better than talking about Hail Caesar.
Yeah. It
So
just
we,
it doesn't know whether it wants to be goofy or slapstick, and it's like
yeah,
pick a lane.
it's bad. It really
Yeah.
is. So anyway, if you're curious, we found this on YouTube. So be warned, there are lots and lots of ad breaks, as you'd expect, but we will put a link to it. So you only have yourselves to blame if you decide to go and check it out. Anyway, that is the end of this week's episode. Nice and short. Thanks, Amanda, for watching these films. I'm so glad. We seem to be on a bit. I'm going to jinx us now. We seem to be on a bit of an upturn as far as the quality of the films that we're doing.
Yeah.
Um, a couple of weeks ago, I was despairing. Last week was really good. This week, I dare say, was even better. We do have the Rennie Harlin's Shark movie for next week. So,
Oh,
so
okay.
there's
Good.
that. That's finally turned up. So that's something to look forward to. Um,
Yeah.
I'll keep my powder dry as far as
Yeah, Sam,
talking
I'm
about.
just going like, you know what? We'll wait and see. Wait
Yeah,
and see what happens.
well, there's plenty of shark movies coming out anyway.
Oh, there's
Oh,
hundreds every year.
there are, yeah. Even Jesse Johnson's got one.
Oh, has he? Oh,
Yeah,
no, I'm interested in that one.
yeah. It's called Above and Below. But there's a trailer out for it, so yeah, it does look pretty good. Anyway, don't forget to check us out on Blue Sky and Facebook and Instagram at the DTV Digest. We're also working on a new short shot, which will be recorded in the next couple of weeks. Please look out for that. Otherwise, thank you for listening. Tune in next time.
Thank you for listening to the DTV Digest. Let us know your thoughts in the comments and tune in again next time.